Well, good morning, good evening, and hello, everyone. We're gathered here in the beautiful Aether Stadium for another wonderful time of our Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Mentor and Mentee Tournament. My name is Marion, and I'll be your host for today. And joining me is a familiar face throughout these races lately. We've got the one and only Avina joining us. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I just woke up from a power nap, so I'm ready to get this rocking and rolling.
Likewise, not the nap part, but I am
Well,
ready to watch these two play.
and speaking of those two, let's go ahead and get right down to it. What do we have on the restream today? Well, on the left corner, we've got Darkstar44044 going against SoaringWyvern on the right. As for our mentors today, we've got some familiar faces joining us. Mentoring Darkstar along the path, we've got our great friend Lenophis, and helping Wyvern throughout the Path of Echoes is the one and only BajaBlood.
Is it the Path of Echoes or the Path of Eyes?
Oh, that's a fair point. It depends on how bad Torvis is.
Ooh.
Speaking of which, we're running our tournament preset so that is similar to our Echoes standard. Now, what is Echoes standard? Well, we will be starting in Great Temple, the main energy controller at Umos. And the good thing is we will have Violet Translator. So this will immediately allow us to get into Temple grounds, go through Temple Assembly Site, and get some Violet Translator hints while having immediate Aegon Waste access. And in addition to that, we have one runner's agreement. Our runner's agreement, we are running with New Patcher. Now there are some slight differences between New and Old Patcher. The main difference is we will be locked out of GFMC Compound until we get Screw Attack or Power Bombs. With that being said, let's get this race started.
What have we got to start? A red key.
Oh, please be a Torvis key. Please be a Torvis key.
I'm sure it's going to be a bait key.
Oh, no. It's an Aegon key. Oh, the spaceship is up to 3 rooms away from Temple Assembly.
Was that assembly site?
Oh, industrial site.
Industrial site, yeah.
Okay, so that could be TAS, though.
Yeah. TAS space jump is funny because you know they're both going to go for it. Can be a bit finicky, either method you go for. If it is TAS, also that means we're getting space jump really early.
Yeah, that would set up Aegon. It would, but thankfully that would set up Aegon pretty nicely.
Yeah. So small optimization here. You can scan the purple gate before you start the fight and save a whole quarter of a second after the fight. Otherwise, there's not much to talk about. We just shoot a lot of little oranges and lemons at very angry splinters until they're no more.
Well, it's not our fault they're the ones getting angry over the power of citrus and lemonade.
It's good for hydration. I don't know what's wrong with them.
Oh, but as we fight Albert the Alpha Splinter, it's a good time to reflect on what can we actually use and what would be the best thing to have. Now, we can't have space jumps, sadly, as that's been hinted in Temple Grounds. I could see a red key, although that wouldn't do us anything. We could get another Dark Aegon key, push heavily towards fighting a Morbus early.
I think it's probably bombs or missile launcher to just get bombs. Missile launcher is the funnier option because then bombs could be just a long walk, not bad, just far away. Sky temple, that's funny.
Well, that's good to have. You always want your SDKs.
Good to know we had to fight Dark Alpha Splinter.
With what appears to be super. Yeah,
I think that was supers.
I agree with you. It looks like super missiles on top of Transport B access.
So space jump, industrial site, that's TAS or...
Yeah, that's definitely supers. We just saw it on Wyverns.
Yeah. Was that an SDK?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure that was space jump.
It was? Okay.
That looks so blue.
SDKs are pretty blue.
Oh no, that is an SDK. Okay,
Okay.
no, that is. Okay, so let's.
5 chamber B. Am I doing my brooms right? Probably not.
Hive chamber B. We need bombs or power bombs to access.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of 3 rooms away from industrial site. I can't remember which room that is off the top of my head.
You're absolutely. It could be hive chamber B. It could be. Actually, I think it could be transport to Aegon.
Oh, yeah, it could be.
We're about to find out here with Darkstar. While we find out that a cursed lake has a missile related with a joke hint on the translator hint.
We love Dark Samus.
And we love having missile launcher.
Yeah, chat's usually ahead of what's going on here.
All right, well, we don't have space jump yet. And, well, we do have missiles. So technically, Aegon is in logic for us to get into Mining Station A. So we could use that, but even with missiles, that would require bombs or power bombs on Bomb Guardian itself just to leave. So because it's such a rare occasion that it happens, it's good to play it safe and not immediately dive Bomb Guardian out of fear of locking yourself in the temple. So because we have missiles, we can go back to Temple Assembly Site and check over here at Storage Cavern A. And find space jumps just is right there. And because we have space jump, this sets up beautifully to go back and get our super missiles off of Transport B access. So right away, before entering Aegon, you have your space jump, your supers, and you have missiles. You're in a pretty good position right there.
Ooh, Darkstar is not turning around for the supers. I wonder if they thought it was an ammo expansion, because I did for half a second.
Oh, that could be bad.
Funny.
So normally we would need bombs to do the entire morph ball puzzle, but thankfully with a well-timed slope jump, as you saw Wyvern perform, a slope jump extends our height and momentum. So because of that factor, we're able to get that item early.
I'd also like to point out that slope jump is quote unquote very easy. I don't think anyone ever gets it on their first try. There's just something about it. You're required to bonk 1 to 3 times every time you go for it, no matter how good you are.
Yeah, I agree with you. Even if you look up, you get the perfect sighting, you're squared away, you will always bonk on it.
There's an invisible ceiling just waiting for you.
Right?
The bonk does build character, thank you, Rico.
Oh, is that a missile in Mining Plaza?
Maybe? My colors are bad, so that's either a missile or light beam. It could be the same thing. Yeah, okay, so supers and space jump this earlier with nothing else, we potentially have some really funny progression locations. We don't need much for Warrior's Walk. Bombs are setting up to be really bad.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we do need those bombs to get into Dark Aegon, but until that point, I really like having supers before coming in here, especially with Wyvern. So if we do find bombs relatively early, this will allow us immediate access to the Warrior's Walk, and we could get some early checks at Battleground and Doomed Entry without needing to dive into Aegon Labs. Oh, and to answer a question in chat, today's race was generated by our lovely Aaron Explosives.
There's our bombs.
So what was I saying about bombs being late? Hey, I'm not going to say that again.
We were saying it was going to be exactly in Portal Access A. We both called it.
Oh, okay. Well, see, look at that. You're a mind reader. Or in this case, a game reader. Did you check the spoil log before we did this?
That would be a neat superpower.
Oh, that would
Imagine
be
how
great.
good you'd be if you could just like imagine the spoiler log for every race. Spoiler log.
Interesting. Speaking of interesting, looks like Darkstar's going for portal skip, and he gets a first try.
See, Jeff has it.
Comms are never wrong. Even if you are, just say you aren't. Well, that's mean. We're not here to lie to the viewers.
Oh, you might not be.
Oh, great start, Avina.
Okay, so we opened the portal but didn't take it on Darkstar's side. So we have both runners taking the same cannon puzzle in the same direction at the same time. Probably double bomb guardian?
Yeah, one reason I'm theorizing they did this is a portal terminal has two different layers on it. By going to portal terminal without bomb guardian being defeated, the pirates will not spawn. So because we opened portal terminal, once we defeat bomb guardian, those pirates shouldn't spawn, and we should be able to just waltz right into the dark portal without needing that pirate fight.
Darkstar already did the puzzle.
So here we are in bomb guardian's chambers. We don't have any way to really quick kill it. Oh, hold on. Nope. Wyvern has super missiles for this fight.
Yep.
But they only have 3 missiles.
Oh no.
Okay, you got to hope for the 2 cycle then.
Looks like Wyvern's got it set up right. Darkstar should be a couple shots away. There we go. Yep, also 2 cycle.
And Wyvern does it beautifully. Wonderful 2 cycle bomb guardian. And what do you get?
Kind of getting bullied by this. There we go.
What do you get for your troubles? Hello, Darkbeam. Interesting location. Well, that immediately opens up Mineshaft, which is nice.
I'm really hearing Warriors Walk.
I really think you're right.
Or multi-progression for Storage C, the Super Door and Light Labs would be pretty funny.
All right. Now we've entered Aegon Energy. We're here to visit Isha. And it appears Isha only has light ammo for us today. Well, thank you. Unfortunately, we don't know where Light Beam is, so we'll have to put that on reserve. But due to Dark Beam, we can enter Mineshaft, see a Power Bomb expansion, which we will definitely take. Yes, Wyvern, you do want that. Even though we don't have the main Power Bombs, we can still utilize that expansion. Although the game will not logically expect us to have Power Bombs. So as both runners go through Mineshaft, it's a good time to explain what we call the logic chain. So, Randomizer has a set order of progression. Every time a race is generated, or a seed, or anything with the Randomizer program, there's always an order of events. And that's what we call the logic chain. Now, within these settings, expansions do not count towards anything on that chain. So, because we have a Power Bomb expansion, and not the main Power Bombs, Randomizer is not saying, oh, you have Power Bombs, your next progression is going to be on a Power Bomb check. Until we have the main item, it will never be logical for us to go for it. But we're still going to abuse the heck out of it and use them anyway.
Get it, yes.
But these runners just need to keep in mind, okay, this is not technically logical, so don't focus heavily into it. You know, if you come across the Power Bomb check, yeah, do it. Don't go out of your way for it.
It becomes really fun when you find your Power Bombs, or not your Power Bombs, but an item behind Power Bombs in like, whatever that room is on the way to comm area.
Dynamo Chamber?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember the name of it, but
The one with the 2 gates, and you have the 3 splinters up top and the double path.
But you're like, oh, that's my light beam. I shouldn't have light beam yet. Where are my Power Bombs?
Yeah, but then you have light beam. You're like, well, I really want to do light beam checks now because they're close.
Yep. What was on top of mining? Whatever that one is. I forgot.
Mining Station A.
Yeah.
I can tell you it was an item.
That's true.
I cannot tell you what exact item.
I
sort of
assume they would
forgot.
have got it if it was important.
And it appears my theory on those pirates spawning looks to be correct, as well.
It's so weird that Darkstar started the puzzle and then left. I don't think... I mean, obviously it wasn't a time loss on the whole, but...
No, I mean, it's...
pathing.
It's good. It's good to do that. We had space jump. We could... And we had bombs, so we could get out of Bomb Guardian's chambers.
Yeah.
But because we have Dark Beam before entering the Jump Guardian loop, we have immediate access to getting Cache 4. So we're probably going to do that right away and take the vanilla loop. But first, what's on Crossroad today? If we look up and to the right...
Darkstar did not pick up the super missiles.
No, they did not. Yeah, so they won't be able to get Warrior's Walk at all. Nor dive into Battleground.
Yeah, Battleground.
I mean, I believe logically you do need an E-Tank or a suit to get through Warrior's Walk into Battleground due to that little link storm.
Yeah, tankless is not on the table. I mean, it's doable, it's just not logical.
Right. But it would get us the information for at least Battlegrounds items, so...
All right.
Risk to reward.
Just a missile expansion.
Hey, you know, that's one of the most important missile expansions these runners can get. As right now, that puts Darkstar at 10 missiles, so that gives us access to what we call priority drops.
On the other hand, Supers gives 5, right?
Supers... I want to say yes?
No, it does not.
No.
Interesting.
No, I believe Seekers gives 5, though.
That was just a missile. Also, Rico just made me think of something very funny. Yes, it could be your suit in Warrior's Walk. It could also be a logically required E-Tank.
Oh, that's fair. Because supers are technically considered a beam item, it doesn't count towards the increased missiles. That's absolutely true. Yeah, because it's technically a charge combo.
Just one more example of Seekers being better.
You know, I make this comment quite often here on Speed Gaming, but when it comes to Seekers, be happy it's not the Corruption Seeker missile system. I'm sorry to Corruption lovers, it's a great game, but the Seeker missiles on that game are absolutely terrible.
Imagine being happy about the Echo's Seekers.
Hey, compared to what we have, okay?
I know.
And no, do not try to tell me Storm missiles from Dread are comparable to Seekers at all. No, totally different.
Yeah, they're awesome.
You know, we can't fire commentators.
Okay, on the right here, we've got Wyvern fighting a boss. I promise there's a boss here.
I don't believe you.
Standing right there invisibly is the Jump Guardian. So we stand here and very slowly shoot at nothing. I promise they're doing damage to this boss that is trying to, you know, surprise our runners as they jump down.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. So right now, both runners are in the Judgment Pit. Now, the game does have a flag that when Judgment Pit is entered for the first time, Jump Guardian's hitbox will always spawn in front of the statue, as that's where the cutscene normally plays out for the introduction. So because the hitbox is still registered as active, we can deal damage to that hitbox and get Jump Guardian down to 1 hit point. And was it worth it? Yeah, dark ammo, we'll definitely take that. Now, fun fact, you cannot kill Jump Guardian in this hitbox state. There's an internal flag that prevents it from dying. So thankfully, we can't delete the boss and its item.
You can get it down to functionally 0 health, where it's just running around waiting to take damage.
Practically speaking, yes.
Also, very annoyingly, it doesn't die from the first hit or whatever. So you can have it perfectly locked and loaded and ready to go, and you shoot it and nothing happens. And you could theoretically die to that first AoE it does. Not saying it's happened to anyone, but it's possible.
No, I've never died on Jump Guardian itself, but I have died trying to go from Jump Guardian back to Portal Terminal. Alright, and here we're going to see a little bit of a route difference. Because Wyvern has space jump and supers, we're going to see access here into Warrior's Walk. If we can aim the super missile in the right direction. But it's
Wyvern
just a little too low.
If you have 0 missiles and you blow up one of those blade pods, you get a lot of missiles.
Yeah, so right now, because we have 10 missiles, the game is giving us priority drops for those missiles. And what we mean by priority drops is, in short...
Ooh, Wyvern.
Oh, please don't. Please don't have 0 energy trying to go through Warrior's Walk. There is a safe station behind that dark beam door. You might want to take it.
I think we are taking it. I don't blame them.
Yeah, play it safe. You never know.
Especially with this potential Ingstorm dive coming up.
Yeah.
I missed the item in Portal Access.
Sunburst. We have our Sunburst.
Sunburst, let's go. Funburst.
Oh, and Darkstar's taking a save warp out. Oh, Darkstar did not check
they still need their
portal
supers.
access. Yeah, but I was worried about portal. Hello,
Ooh.
Emerald. Is that Emerald or Cobalt?
Cobalt, I think. That was blue on the edges.
Yeah, but it all looks blue. You see all that phase on?
True. Is it Emerald?
I don't know. I think it was probably. I think you might be right.
I mean, Emerald makes more sense with our loadout than the supers make sense. Yeah, I also don't know what to do, Wyvern. I don't blame you. Okay, yeah, they remembered this.
Yeah,
Ooh.
but
Everyone always goes from the right side on that. Darkstar
Wyvern?
left.
Wyvern has bombs. They can just refill their health and rush it.
True.
And the good thing is, because Bomb Guardian is defeated, Hive Chamber A will now have the Dark Missile Trooper spawned in.
Also,
so
I think this is logical.
What, Warriors Walk the Wheat Tank?
Because the game expects you to fully refill at every... It is Emerald. At every one of these stations when they exist. That was pretty tight, but I feel like that was within reason for logic. I would have to check the database to know for sure, though.
Rico's
It
giving
is
us
logical? Okay.
Yeah, we just had Rico confirm it.
Thank you, Rico.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Speaking of a suit, I have a suit on Dynamo Chamber.
So, yeah, that's the... where are my power bombs?
Yeah, that's the logical Warriors Walk access right there. Well, no, wait, no, it's not.
We already had it.
Yeah, we need the main power bombs for that to be in logic, like you said. I made that whole speech about it.
We're seeing a lot of go to Torvis real early. Nice second expansion.
Yeah, but before we get to Torvis, let's take a peek here at Ing Reliquary.
This is nice having both bosses done when you come in here.
Ing Reliquary has a beam-related upgrade.
So that is dead.
You know, there's a very slim chance it could be Annihilator.
Are the beams beam related? That's crazy.
I want you to think about what you just asked.
I know what I just asked.
Is a beam-related upgrade? No, a beam is not beam-related. And have a Dark Aegon key for that question.
There's our second Dark Aegon key. Hey, and Dark Burst. We've got Fun Burst and less Fun Burst.
Less fun bursts?
I couldn't come up with anything off the fly.
That's better than what I could think of. I got nothing.
So Darkstar is going to be leaving that emerald behind probably for a while. Yeah, it's not beam related because it is a beam. Thank you, word. Dork Burst. That's a good one. Thank you.
Well, because we have Emerald Translator, it would open up Transport A access for Wyvern. And there's an STK hiding underneath the rubble here. So that makes 3 STKs already known.
And when Wyvern does this loop, they'll have emeralds, so they can skip the save warp and save themselves a whole, like, 45 seconds. The little optimizations we love.
Hey, we'll definitely take any time save that we can.
So we've got the runners synced up in opposite elevators. What do you want to see happen next? We've got labs. We've got very little bit of Torvus.
That's a good question. Well, right now, I'd say both runners are heading for the same area, going for the Hive Chamber loop. Hive Chamber A and B are both open to them. And that also opens up access into landing site. But even though we have landing site...
Torvus yet. I'm wrong.
No, even though we have landing site access, we don't have light beam to really make a Torvus Lagoon play, as we can't get through Transport C access. But if we go through landing site, we have supers, so we could go through meeting ground. But no, we need Amber to actually open up the Torvus gate. So no, we can't do anything in Torvus. But what we can do, we can go back to Aegon after we do Hive Chamber loop and dive right into Aegon Labs. That seems like the best play for these runners. But first, Wyvern's defeating the Dark Missile Trooper, which in turn has today a wonderful screw attack. Okay, somebody please explain to me why you put your screw attack on the Doesn't Matter Trooper.
Because screw attack isn't very good.
I think you need to leave the Echo's commentary booth then.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
No, come back here. You have a contract.
Yeah, screw attack is an amazing item.
Oh, absolutely. This is game breaking.
Literally, you can do anything with it.
Oh, yeah. It's the best method to get out of bounds that we have. Now,
Great movement. It keeps you alive in the dark world. You can get out of bounds, of course. It's one of the best weapons in the game.
I mean, it would have been nice if they had screw attack in Prime.
Oh, I was thinking that earlier. Oh, man.
Well, because we have power bomb expansions, Marker's Mask just brought up a great point in chat. We could go for the Wind Chamber side off of Compound.
That's true. That's Wind Chamber gateways and logic, and then you can keep going that way for nothing. But you can go that way.
Well, I wouldn't say it's logical. We're still missing main power bombs.
True.
And we have no light beam to make it logical off of Hall of Eyes.
So let's say main power bombs. Where? Storage C?
Yeah, it's possible because we have space jump screw attack, so that would entirely be plausible.
So main power bomb storage C, and then you have to go all the way back to Grand Wind Chamber Gateway.
Oh, that's mean. You know, if these runners are familiar with it, they could go for Grand Wind Chamber skip.
Well, they have screw attack, so...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they're familiar with the standable.
Oh, I meant the gateway check, the one that
Oh,
would
well,
be magic
yeah.
off of just power bombs.
Oh, yeah, that's just a freebie.
Rico, I think most people hate that trick.
Yeah, I agree. Wind chamber skip is terrible, but it's a lot better than trying to do wind chamber normally.
There's Dark Suit for Wyvern. Darkstar using the objectively best color coding.
What color? What color is that?
The
Silver.
silver one, yeah.
I'll give you props. Silver's one of the better ones, but
I like
am
blue a lot too.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the cobalt blue. That just looks so slick. And then Wyvern is pulling off a beautiful shade of emerald green today.
I appreciate the thematic elements. When the HUD matches the skin, we're okay with it.
Oh, hello. Here's our first E of the run. An E tank on Portal, not Portal.
They could have had that for their labs dive or their dark Aegon dive.
Mining station access. That's what that's called. Oh, and Jump Guardian. Oh, because Dark Burst is on top of the ship.
Yeah.
And then the Dark Aegon key, which Wyvern's going to duplicate.
There's a potential crash when you go through the Emerald Gate. So totally worth doing it here, even though you don't need to dupe that item. Just make sure you're on a safe layer.
I mean, it would be pretty nice if that gave us 2 red keys for the price of 1. But
that would be awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, because the red keys have their own specific number flag in them, and no, it doesn't happen.
We should submit a dev report. We should make it so that you can dupe keys.
That'd be great, but I can only imagine the logistics of it.
Imagine you find an STK on like Dark Missile Trooper.
Oh,
just like, oh yeah.
Just
no,
constantly dupe it. No. No. Not gonna happen. How about we have a morph ball system in Torvis?
Okay. There aren't many of those at all, but it's also pretty much booster. That could be power bomb. Oh, it could be that's power bombs to get whatever's over here. I did not see what was in.
And I couldn't see. So we saw Wyvern jumping on top of Fortress Transport Access. Now they were doing a very specific thing there. Avina, what were they doing?
So there's an item at the top of that light beam. Haha, pun intended.
But
can be used anywhere you find it to teleport to a nearby location with the light suit. They do not have the light suit, so they cannot get that item. So they were trying to look through the ground by being a little sneaky and jumping up at it at a correct angle that the camera would clip through. And what do we have right there? Another STK for Darkstar.
Right, so STK number 4? Yep, STK 4 on Central Mining.
Oh yeah, Soaring has only 0 E-tanks right now for these guys.
Yeah, but I mean, Soaring just threw out a super missile. They're not concerned.
That'll do it. That was a sweet...
Nice curve.
curve through both little hoops.
Imagine you're safe. Hell, you can't shoot me. I'm behind this big old pillar. And next thing you know, that you got a super missile actually curving to come at you.
Wyvern just watched Wanted. Oh, what if it's to come here to... Yes!
Oh, no! No, we can do it. We have everything we need for Morbus.
Just found Amber.
We have everything we need for that.
Darkstar just found Amber, so whenever they get into Warrior's Walk, then Torvis is in Logic too, so it's fishing bait versus Torvis, the goon.
Okay, this might be personal bias, but I do think doing a Morbus now is the better check. Yes, it's only 1 check and it's out of the way, but we don't have information for a Morbus yet. And because all 3 keys were relatively early, it's entirely possible that a Morbus has something useful.
I definitely hear you, and I really want that to be true. But on this current like 8.78 series of patches, I don't know if I've seen a single item on a Morbus. Even with the keys always showing up super early.
It very well could be just major bait happening, like you said.
Yeah, a Morbus is a worm. When you're fishing, you use worms as bait. A Morbus is bait.
Yeah, good luck trying to get a fishing rod that size, though.
If anyone can do it, it is Samus.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something. You use the ship grapple from Corruption to act as a fishing lure.
Perfect.
Oh, you know what? No, even better. Use that to grab the Leviathan bomb component in Elysia, because that's a big old hook. Use that to put a Morbus on, and you're good to go. All right, so let's go and get back to our regularly scheduled program outside of Metroid Prime 4 Fishing Edition.
If they add a fishing minigame, it'll be officially the greatest game ever. There's so many SDKs also.
Yeah, pun intended with that last one. So we got another SDK. That's the fifth. That's our fifth SDK, by the way.
Yes,
So that's
officially.
Avina, I'm a little scared. We already have 5 SDKs before really leaving Aegon Wastes.
Nice screw attack by Darkstar there. Alright, Storage C, I've been thinking about you for a while. What have you got for me?
Please let it be bait. I called it.
Bait.
Hey, we only have 20 missiles, all right? We'll take expansions as we get them. All right, so Wyvern's now completed their they've just completed the Wind Chamber loop and have made their way back into Aegon.
So they've got Doomed Entry versus Dark Labs.
Well,
I assume they're gonna do, or sorry, Light Labs rather.
I'm a little worried though. You mentioned Doomed Entry, and here's my fear: if these runners decide to go into Dark Labs, it's entirely plausible to have a vanilla light beam on Incash 2. Not 2, 1. You could have light beam in its normal position.
Yeah. But that wouldn't be terrible for Darkstar. Because they need to go to Warrior's Walk anyway, so getting stuck in that vicinity would actually play out really well for them.
You know, even if they do dive into Dark Labs, they have super missiles. They could go right through Warrior's Walk and get out safely through Portal Terminal.
Sand Cache Power Bombs makes a lot of sense with that Amber.
Yeah, but Darkstar's all the way here in Sand Processing. He's got a bit of a walk to get there. Oh, you're right. You're right, Rico. We can't get through Double Path without Light Beam. You're right. No, we can't get through Warrior's Walk, but we can't fight Dark Samus.
Dark Samus, one of the most famous and difficult fights in all of Metroid history, and that was the fight.
Oh, I blinked. Do it again. Alright, what's hiding here on Storage D today? Storage Delta has a Sonic Boom. Alright, now Wyvern, they're going to find their 4th SDK here on Central Mining Station.
Oh yeah, we have all beam combos at 37 minutes.
Yeah, we do.
What is that?
I can't tell.
Not important, I think.
Dark Oasis, missile related. You know, 37 minutes in, we have knowledge on 5 STKs, Amber and Violet, Screw Attack, Super Missiles, space jump, bombs, and the dark suit. Either late game is going to be extremely cursed, or Aaron decided to bless us with a absolute fast seed today.
We're just like a couple items from, okay, go clear the whole game. Good luck. Hope you got lucky. Have a nice time.
Yeah, we're getting there. All right, so Darkstar and Lenophis have decided to make the interesting play of diving into Dark Labs.
This is the correct play for them, even if they don't know it. Oh, look at that.
Well, we got an Echo Visor.
Echo? Oh, this is the incorrect play. They should have continued to Battleground. I guess they should do these checks first.
They can't get to Battleground from here. There's once you get past Doomed Entry, there's a room called Double Path.
Need a light door, yeah.
Yeah, Double Path has a light beam on both, on the top and the bottom. Rico
That's brutal.
Yeah, Rico pointed that out earlier as I was trying to mention. Yeah, you go right to Portal Terminal. Sorry, you can't do that yet, unless you go out of bounds. So either it's going to be vanilla light beam, or Darkstar's going to have to take a save warp.
We're kind of running low on checks.
You know, we could technically go into Aegon. Not Aegon. We're already in Aegon.
We could, in fact, go into Aegon.
Yes, we could. Hey, you know what? We're already here. We're one step ahead. As I was trying to say. We very well could go into Torvus. We have Amber and Super, so we very well could go right through Meeting Ground, through Hall of Eyes, and right into Torvus Lagoon.
Yeah, we can get Torvus Lagoon, that circle of checks.
Oh, you know, and Marker's Mask makes a good point. You could have Light Beam on a Morbus.
Yeah, we have Supers, so that's logical. Supers and Dark Suit. That's like super logical.
And I will say it's happened before. It's happened before. I've had it. It's been terrible. You don't ever want to see it, but it's entirely possible.
I'm standing with the assumption that until proven otherwise, worms are bait.
Well, I'm going to take your bait, and I'm going to find a light beam at the bottom of the ocean, and I'm going to laugh because here we go. Here's light beam.
Is light beam actually just a giant fish?
I don't know. Let's find out here on Darkstar. Nope, that's another STK. That makes 6. Okay.
Oh man. Are worms actually not bait?
Okay, how much you want to bet Sanctuary just got completely deleted?
It's looking pretty deleted.
I mean, at this point, Torvus almost feels like it's deleted.
Yeah. We have everything for Torvus, though. We have nothing for Sanctuary.
No, but I mean, at this point, look at how much majors we have. Well, granted, we don't have Dark
Most of them are
Visor.
SDKs.
We don't have Light Suit. You don't need Light Suit to beat the game, but you would need a lot more E-Tanks. I say safely, you want at least 4 E-Tanks for game completion. And that's if you don't get bullied by Emperor Ring 3.
Yeah, I would love to watch somebody beat EI with Dark Suit in 1 tank. That sounds miserable.
I think that's what they have 4% for. And there is a low percent category for Echoes, which only collects 4% of the total item collection.
I'm pretty sure low percent and 4% are actually split, just because you have to get everything set up and then lose all your items in 4%.
Oh, that's fair. Fuck.
And low percent is just doing it without item loss.
You know what I will say? Out of all the low percent games to run in categories, there's one that's always amazes me. Have you ever seen that Twilight Princess low percent?
Yes, I have. No, I have
Yeah.
not watched the whole video because I had better things to
It's
do.
yeah, let's stare at a rupee for 17 hours.
It's 18 hours and 22 minutes.
It's
Exactly.
close. Oh, yeah, it's still, the point is there. All right, say hello to Dark Samus once again with Wyvern. They walk up, drop a power bomb. Hey, congratulations.
Shoot,
Dark
I took
Samus
a
is
blink.
gone.
Dark Samus is gone.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's take a step back and examine what exactly do we have right now. So, starting with Wyvern, they currently have Dark Suit, 3 translators, Screw Attack, Space Jump, Super Missiles, and 1 E. Well, the good thing is they also have all the Amorbus keys, but we're still missing Light Beam. Light Beam is really the catalyst of this entire thing today.
As soon as we get Light Beam, yeah.
Yeah, where could Light Beam theoretically be? Well, it could be on Amorbus, but first, Darkstar's got a hint here, which tells us a missile system in his Hazencliff. That is I want to say that's confirmed Seekers on Hazencliff.
I think you are correct. We already have supers. Yep. That is Seekers on Hazencliff. So that says really Torvis once they find their emerald.
Yeah, but yeah, another hint here with Darkstar, which says the emerald can be found in Warrior's Walk.
That's a great hint for them. Don't forget Sand Cache, please. Or yeah, there you go.
Or no, please forget Sand Cache and just never come back for it.
Oh wait, Darkstar.
Wait, hold on, hold on.
Leno. Good call, Leno. And Darkstar's defense, I would have done the exact same. Oh, there's Light Beam.
Well, I
Both
stand
weapons
corrected.
hitting it at the same time.
I stand corrected. Okay, Amorbus does not have Light Beam.
I was right. Amorbus is still bait.
No, hold on. That means Amorbus has Light Suit.
That would be really funny. Go through all this, have 8 keys, read your 1 key hint. You need Light Suit. It's Amorbus.
That'd be mean.
Okay, Darkstar knows their emerald now. They know they probably need to be booking it to Torvis. Wyvern also is about to run out of checks and probably, yeah, also grab Seekers and then book it to Torvis. Get hints on the way, figure out if you need anything else. This could be a very fast seed if the runners are lucky.
It's entirely plausible. We have the knowledge on 6 SDKs. 3 of them are still missing.
As far as we know, we're just Spider Go mode?
Yeah, you don't even need Spider. Oh, Boost Ball and Cash B, so that's behind Dark Torvis Temple.
Yeah.
That's
also, I think we're probably going to get Spider Ball.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna want Spider Ball. I'm just saying, it's entirely possible to skip Spider Ball, except I think that's like an expert level trick to do spiderless Emperor Ring.
Triple key dynamo works. Triple key dynamo works.
Thanks, Marcus Bass.
Chica.
Yeah, no. Let's not have something that bad today. But knowing what Aaron can create with Randomania, it's not as bad as a Reed Seed.
It's not as bad or painful, but Erin is a professional chef. She's always cooking.
Absolutely. So this is a good play by Wyvern. They've decided to jump into Spider's Treasure. Now this does 3 great things for us. Number 1, because we have power bombs, we can peek 3 different items here. Number 2, because we have Screw Attack and Light Beam, we can get 2 out of the 3 items here. And number 3, I couldn't think of a third reason, so have some ammo.
Number 3, you feel really smart when you do it.
Yep, that works.
I do not know Aaron's professional career. I was just making a joke off of the idea that somebody who constantly is creating content is generally cooking.
Well, I mean, they could be a chef. You never know.
I myself, I guess, technically am a chef, and I am not often cooking. Bad career if you want to cook.
And that is a confirmed seeker here on Hazencliff. Yep.
We knew this.
Yep. And as for me, I'm not the best cook as well. I'm a truck driver. I'm mostly on the road, so.
I can offer one piece of advice: always saute onions and butter before you make anything, and then whatever you're making, just make it in that pot with those butter onions. Always make some butter.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good right now, actually. All right, so let's go and take a step back. We're close to the 1 hour rundown. So on the left with Darkstar.
I'm gonna interrupt you real quick. Wyvern's getting bullied by these and taking an interesting path deeper into Sank.
Oh, I'm a little confused on why Wyvern's going this far in.
I am as well. I feel like you go turn around and are they going into Torvis this way? Save warp? That's a good idea. That makes sense.
Oh, right, there is a save station down here. You know, I thought of
check
something...
the item, so I'm gonna assume that's correct.
Oh, I thought something worse, but I realized that couldn't be possible. For some reason, I was thinking they were going for Hive entrance skip, but they don't have Dark Visor to even do that.
Yeah.
So no, it's not that. Okay, so we've got a save warp by Wyvern and Baja. Going right back to Temple Sanctuary. Now, let's see. Darkstar's decided, okay, we're done with Spider's Treasure. He's going to continue forward through Aeon Waste. Maybe we'll see an Amorbus play. Maybe not. But
I would not at this point.
I'm curious, though. Because we have Screw Attack, we could technically skip the half pipe going to Torvis Temple Elevator.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's a precise Screw Attack bonk we can do.
Mining station area. That's a good call.
Oh yeah, because we have light beam and seekers now. Oh, this is a good call because we. Oh, and chat's bringing up a good point for hints. Seekers and supers. We can get all our hints.
All 4 of them? I have no idea what that was.
If that's an STK, I'm gonna laugh. But we've got another hint here on Meeting Grounds, which tells us that the Echo Visor is on Doomed Entry Grade. And I told you, see, there's always something hiding. Another STK.
So they're going to get all 3 STK hints.
Technically 2, because In Cache 1 is confirmed to be an STK. We have 2 keys that are missing at this point. So where was...
Probably thrilled they can go to bed soon.
Where was that key? That was storage... Not storage A. I think that was storage A.
I think that's storage A.
Yeah, I want to say it was. Another hint here. Umos' reward is a Dark Ammo expansion. Great, we don't have to do that.
Wyvern knows Echo at this point, so they're definitely going to get in.
Oh yeah, if you just go right for Dark Labs for any reason, then we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, but Darkstar saw something they like here on Mining Station B, so they're going for the skip. They're doing my personal favorite method, the slope jump into a Screw Attack.
I don't blame them.
No, we'll definitely take more E-Tanks. Did Wyvern ever get that boost ball hit? No, I don't.
No, that was the Amber hint in Mining Plaza, right?
No,
I didn't write it down.
no. Boost Ball was somewhere later.
Aegon Energy.
Yeah, I don't think Wyvern ever. I don't think they ever went back for it.
I don't think they did either.
So we're about to get these key hints. Take it away, Avina.
You've got Storage A, we know that. We've got Arcturus Arena. Let's go.
Thanks, Boost Guardian.
In Cache 1.
Yeah, we knew that. It was Light Beam Room.
Putrid Alcove.
Those are both free. Future
Yeah.
Alcove we can get. There's nothing hiding us. That's just Power Bomb locked. And Dark Torvus Arena, we can defeat Boost Guardian, but we need Boost Ball, which is off of Cache B, which is free.
So this is Fine Spider Ball. Where was that Morph Ball related hint? Was that Reliquary?
No, Reliquary was a missile related.
Ooh, Wyvern's on health.
Oh, Wyvern doesn't want to take it. 9E, and they got hit by the laser on the screw attack.
Didn't get a drop. Okay, there you go.
There it is.
Wow.
Darkstar,
I
meanwhile.
my apologies to your doctor, Wyvern, when they check your blood pressure next time.
Oh, and because Darkstar has Light Beam, they can go back to Incash 1 and get that STK they saw earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this now because we had the information for the two STKs. Do we need Spider Ball? No, but actually yes, we really want Spider Ball to make final bosses easier. We are not skipping Emperor Ring 2 today.
I bet it's just on whatever that hinted spider-related upgrade was.
Well, we did get information for a Morph Ball system somewhere.
Yeah.
Was it a curse? No, I don't. The Curse Lake was Missile, was it?
I forgot which room it was. Vanilla Spider would be glorious.
Okay, chat. You've already started the chain of events, so now it's time. It's time to play everybody's favorite mini game inside of a race. Guess that item location.
Spider on worms would be funnier. Oh, wow.
All right, chat. We're currently missing Spider Ball. That is the one item we need for Go mode. Where exactly is Spider Ball today? Well, give us your cursed locations, and we'll see who gets close, or maybe even get the right room name. And your prize? Well, your prize will be cursing this wonderful race.
I think I got to give a big shout out to the seed right now because we're, Spider Ball Go mode at 55 minutes. There's no way to say who's ahead.
Why can't I get these sort of races when I play?
I know, right? I actually hate these races because you're just like, okay, let me just go beat the entire game and hope I get lucky, kind of. You don't get to just be good.
Yeah, but what I'm scared of is you have so much open in Sanctuary and Torvus now, and you're looking for one item. Good luck. I mean, Torvus makes a better play. A, because we have the required 2 keys here.
Yeah, and there's so many hints. We don't have
that's what I was going for.
Locked Spider Ball.
You have Emerald. Get your hints. Hopefully you have one for Spider. So Darkstar is going to be doing that right now because we have Light Beam. Light Beam gets us through Storage C access, and in turn that gets us A, STK hints, and B, access into Torvus via Lagoon, as Wyvern took. Alright, but personally, I would love to see Spider Guardian on Alpha Blog.
Spider Guardian on Alpha Blog?
On Alpha Blog, Hydro Chamber Storage.
I would hate to see Spider Guardian and Alpha Blog in the same room.
No, game, you can't do that. Morbus had a missile expansion.
Shame.
Okay,
right.
You were right. Amorphous was major bait today.
Morbus is always bait.
Darn. Well, I'm sorry to any Amorphous fans out there. You will not be seeing the fight tonight.
No rave. The dance party's been canceled. Sorry, everybody.
There's the Echo on Doomed Entry, plus an E-Tank information here on Portal Chamber Light.
I hate those bats that Darkstar just walked through.
Yeah, bats or splinters. I mean, splinters, any of the smaller creatures. They move too quickly and they hurt like a train.
They also just make you walk slowly, which is the real offense. I'm trying to speedrun, not slowly walk through the game.
Nope, I understand that. Alright, so Darkstar is making their way over to the gateway so that he can get STK hints. There are 2 keys remaining.
All of Dark Torvus Arena and Putrid Alcove.
Hey, you know, it's good that they're both in the same location because that tells Darkstar he really should focus on Torvus then.
Yeah.
And what was funny is all the keys to Hive Temple are in Sanctuary. So this has to be a Torvus key.
We've kind of talked around this a couple times. It is possible to beat this game without Spider Ball. Do you think either of them do it?
No. It's just straight up no.
Let's say they find Cannonball. And
Doubt it. Doubt it.
Let's say they find Cannonball.
Still, the problem with it is you have to... It's a hyper mode trick, as K-Rar's pointing out. It is one of the most difficult tricks in all of Echoes. So, with Emperor Ring 2, the exoskeleton needs Spider Ball to roll around and destroy the culverts. Otherwise, you have to hope for the best with great bomb jumps and power bomb timing. Or you actually have to jump onto the exoskeleton and roll into the culvert with a well-placed bomb.
If you've got a good stash of power bombs and Cannonball.
Okay, you know, in that specific circumstance, maybe. Maybe. There's a slight chance.
I would be arguing with my mentor right now. I'd be like, we can do it! And they'd be like, no, stop talking. What are you talking about? That's not a trick that should be done.
Now, if I was one of the mentors, I'd be saying, no, we're not going to focus on that. You still have 2 keys to get in Dark Torvus. So how about you start clearing Torvus and Dark Torvus, get some hints, and we'll discuss it after the Torvus play.
Oh, for sure doing Torvus first.
Yeah. Now, if the entirety of Torvus doesn't have Spider Ball, then maybe it'd be like, well, maybe we can start thinking about it.
You spend an hour full clearing the game, maybe, for Spider Ball, which could be literally any check in the entire game.
You know, this is going to be the crux of today's race, trying to find Spider Ball in Echoes.
I think this is a seed where it could be actually worth it if they find Cannonball. Oh, there's the main PBs. Finally. We're in logic now.
And a progressive suit is exactly 1 room away from Sky Temple Key 6.
I don't remember which one that was.
Well, I got the list of the STKs, so I mean... 1 room away from Temple... Oh, that could be Dark Suit hints. That could be of... It could have been the STK on Temple Assembly site for the suit on Dynamo.
Okay.
So it looks like visiting Avok today paid off pretty well by giving us main power bombs.
And another... Hey, that's a lot of power bombs. We're Cannonball away from... Unironically.
Okay, you know, I said it as a joke, but you are absolutely right.
I think it's legitimately a good idea to not hunt for Spider if they find Cannonball soon.
Oh, okay, that's only if they find Cannonball, but even so, you'd still want Light Suit, though.
I don't think you even need it, because you can spend most of that fight in Cannonball.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful,
That's a lot
though,
of Torvus keys. All at once.
Yeah, 2 Torvus keys here in Torvus itself. That's pretty nice. with another hint, which tells us that a major upgrade is in Transit Tunnel South. That could be Darkvisor. That could be Spider Ball. Oh no. That very well could be an Annihilator locked, gravity suit locked Spider Ball on TTS. Meaning you'd have to hunt for Annihilator and gravity to make that work.
All I want for Christmas is a seed where it's correct for learning players to do spiderless Emperor. I'm sorry, Darkstar and Wyvern.
Well, the good thing is we are in February, so you've got like 10 more months to keep trying.
This is the closest I've ever seen.
Yeah, but if I was Wyvern right now, I'd be really concerned of TTS having the Spider Ball.
Yeah, I would not be happy with that hint.
No, I mean, I don't think... Would Grapple Beam considered a major?
Yeah, Grapple Beam's a major.
What about Cobalt?
Major? Yeah.
Okay, so you got a little bit of
anything on a tracker is a major, other than the keys. Anything that can open a door, I guess, is the right way to think about it.
Now, and Poison Bog has a beam-related upgrade, so nothing of use there. Although it could be the Annihilator that we need to open TTS. But it looks like Wyvern's heading right into Dark Torvus. This will get their access into Boost Guardian. That's the boss that's over here.
Dark Torvus Arena.
You know, it very well could be that Spider Ball's here on Dark Torvus Arena.
What if the keys, like the outside Dark Torvus Arena check, and then there's like actually progression on the boss? Imagine that happening to somebody in a race. Yeah,
that's what I was getting at. Or vice versa.
Well, it's worse if it's this way, because you're like, I'm basically in clear go mode. Do I really want to fight Boost Guardian? I'll come back if it's something, you know?
Oh, Wyvern's going to have a bit of trouble trying to leave, though. Wyvern doesn't... Yeah. They don't have Boost Ball or Cannonball to make it over the sand bridge. So they're going to have to perform some crazy bomb jumps to get it. I don't think it's a bomb jump. It might be a well-timed movement. But here we see Boost Guardian drop a power bomb at the right time, and close. Very
they
close.
didn't morph fast enough and got smacked. You just gotta wait this part out.
All right, but honest answer: if somebody walked right into your arena and tried to come at you, would you not slap them?
If somebody walked into my arena and laid a power bomb, I think I would leave my arena.
You would just leave the arena, huh?
I mean, I'm just like a normal human. I'm not an ink splinter. If anybody laid a power bomb anywhere near me, I'd be like, yeah, this is your arena now. You got it. You have it. I'm not trying to die right now.
All right, Wyvern's got the power bomb. They've done it. So for some reason, Boost Guardian takes extensive damage due to power bombs. If we drop it at the right time, usually the format is we wait for Boost Guardian to do their slash attack and enter their puddle phase, and the second they do that, we drop a power bomb. Now that'll force Boost Guardian to exit puddle phase, and because of the frames of the power bomb, they take massive damage. All right, now let's see them get across the sand bridge.
And depending on how runners, Darkstar could be just about in go mode. Hyper go mode.
Yeah, this all depends on Darkstar's ability to locate Spider Ball first.
Or they could get Cannonball through Sank or one of the other.
Okay, yes, or they could get Cannonball. And the good thing is, Oh, hold on. Wyvern still has to go back to Aegon and get in cache 1.
Yeah.
And storage A. So I would say safely Darkstar is in the lead. Darkstar only has to defeat Boost Guardian and locate Spider Ball. Meanwhile, Wyvern's having a bit of trouble trying to get across the sand bridge here.
I think that's a good setup.
Yeah, essentially what Wyvern's trying to do is utilize...
Yeah,
there we go.
Nice job.
Great job. We utilized the respawn frames of the sand blocks itself to get ourselves enough speed and momentum to jump across the entire bridge. That's a lot harder than what it seems.
It is. Took me forever the time I learned it.
It is extremely precise, but fantastic job to Wyvern. And now we see another difficult trick. This is what we call gate skip. And I will say I've never successfully pulled off gate skip.
This is reverse gate skip, which is
right, because we're going
not
backwards.
as bad. Yep.
Yeah, but either way, I still never pulled it off.
I bet you can do it.
Yeah, I just haven't tried.
Weird.
I don't want to.
There's Boost Ball. Now Darkstar is fast.
We are rolling around at the speed of sound. Music pun definitely intended tonight.
On the ground, yeah.
So with reverse gate skip, long story short, triple bomb jump over the metal grate. That way we can progress forward into Dark Forgotten Bridge.
Technically, you go out of bounds when you do that.
Yeah, but it's not for long.
Fractions of a second.
Alrighty, so Wyvern is down to 3 keys that are missing. Nope, correction, 2 keys. I know how to do math. And Darkstar is down to 1, which is Boost Guardian.
I think somebody should, in one of these races, just RA a 10th key. Just because it's a fun number. Nice ETM. It's a fun number, and it's funny. That would really confuse people. Not possible.
I was about to say, I don't think it's physically possible to spawn a 10th key in. There's no internal item for it. There's no flag for it. And there's already a key locked into one of the gateway pedestals based on the lore, because one of the chosen warriors did locate a key and return it to the gateway. Alright, so Wyvern is here in Cache B. We are doing a difficult out of bounds called the Cache B Chasm. So, the best way to describe this, and we apologize in advance, not the best at describing out of bounds.
Every room is in a box.
Okay, that's a great explanation. You're not wrong.
Oh, what is that?
That is Boost Ball.
Oh yeah, we already got that. Okay.
Yeah, Spider Ball has a smaller item model.
Yeah, so that's definitely Boost Ball. Yeah, so you can screw attack into anywhere you could use your Morph Ball, because when you screw attack, you are using Morph Ball for a little bit. Just how it's coded. Makes sense, because you turn into a little ball while you're screw attacking. Very cool. In this case, you can use that to get out of the bounds of this room. You can get out of the collision. It looks like we're not doing that, though. So, maybe we are. Maybe we're not.
They're going for it.
This is a really long setup. I like doing it from a lot closer.
So, as Zavina stated, every room is inside a box. When you go outside that box, that's what we call the Aether. And when you're in the Aether, you slowly start to rise. So, by moving inside and outside of this Aether box, you're able to perform a few frames of jump inputs and other movement inputs.
Specifically, there's a really cool gaming thing called Coyote Time, which, if you've ever seen old cartoons, is, when Wile E. Coyote would run off a ledge and keep running for a sec before he realized he fell. That's in most games because it feels bad when you immediately can't jump as soon as you walk off a ledge. In this game, when you're moving in and out of the Aether, the game thinks you just left a ledge, so there's a couple frames where you can jump as soon as you start falling. You can use that to jump in and out of the edge of the box or the room to move up. For Catch Me Chasm here, they want to move down. So they're going to try to control their fall to get to the bottom of this really long elevator that they're standing in, actually. And then get back in bounds by jumping around here and forcing the next room to load around them. And this looks like a really clean chasm. So good job, Wyvern.
Yep, this saves Wyvern some time as they don't have to go back into Light Torvus and go right through Hydrodynamo Station just to get to Lower Dark. So we are saving a handful of minutes by doing this.
Yeah, even if you do a bad job of this skip, you've still saved some time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This, and because we still don't have gravity boost, so Lower Torvus movement is going to be fun without gravity. But speaking of fun,
you just need to be really good at air underwater, and then it doesn't matter. Gravity becomes optional.
That's fair. Speaking of optional, here you see Grapple Guardian. Say bye to Grapple Guardian because we're not going to fight him. Yeah, so Grapple Guardian's room has two grates which can be destroyed by power bombs to move forward into Under Transit 1 and move towards Dungeon. Well, because those grates
not have power bombs.
No, you're never expected to have power bombs before Grapple Guardian, so the developers are like, hey, we're just going to leave these grates here. Don't worry about them. Well, thank you for that, because we don't have to fight Grapple Guardian.
And look at this, we made it into Light Torvus, we can get hints.
Yeah, but you may be wondering, oh no, we're trapped in this cage. There's walls all around us. Well, one of these walls is a faker.
If you've made it an hour and 15 minutes into a Metroid Prime speedrun, you should know that we don't believe in walls.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, the left wall just has no collision on the bottom of it. So we can just quite literally fall down into the water.
Oh, if Spider's on Grapple Guardian, that might be actually the worst spot. Annihilator Beam is in Sacrificial Chamber.
That's Grapple Guardian! And you need that to get into TTS!
So funny!
Oh! Oh, you should have skipped Grapple Guardian, Wyvern. That's what you get for trying to go fast.
Oh, man, that's so punishing.
That's what you get for trying to go fast.
Wow. Yeah, I'm with Wyvern here. Like, wait, what do I do?
I got a question. I need to look into it, but does skipping Grapple Guardian this way delete the item?
No, it's still alive. You've still got the boss layer.
No, because you've triggered the boss and then left the room.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I know with Quadraxis it deletes it, because there's a very similar method that runners do in Hive Temple with Quadraxis, where if you know the Quadraxis item is useless, you can leave Hive Temple by doing a standable into collision, and that deletes Quadraxis permanently. I need to look this up. Give me one moment to find out.
Hold on, isn't it getting the temple energy that deletes quad? Sorry for my dog.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine. No, I enjoy having you here with the commentary.
No, I'm talking about my dog. He doesn't belong. He doesn't even know how to play Metroid Prime for the Nintendo GameCube.
Well, you could You could teach.
The controller's like half his size, so I don't know.
All right. I'm gonna have to ask, probably Reed. So, but while we do that,
Good air underwater soaring. Yeah, I can handle this while you look that up.
all right. I'm going to give me a few moments here. Let me see
Take
if
your
Reed's
time.
online.
I would
If I
also
do,
like to know.
nope. Reed is not online. He's occupied.
Yeah.
Oh, but hold on. Aaron is here. Aaron generated. We can ask her.
Yeah, that was a really good air underwater. Darkstar is about to get their final SDK, which is really funny to say in a race where neither runner is ready to finish. Theoretically. Quadraxis is full dead now. Oh man, that Annihilator Beam is really funny. A good boost Guardian from Darkstar to sight. They got the Power Bomb all the way. You go in ball form and wait to get slapped to get that. Wyvern is going to keep moving around here and I guess going to go back and hope. I'm pretty sure they can still fight. Grapple Guardian. Because I think it's a layer change that causes quad to despawn.
I think I think you're right with the energy.
Changed any layers.
I'm waiting for an answer back from the experts.
Yeah.
If anyone knows,
it's
going to be them.
Can you get through this blast shield?
Which blast shield? Yes.
The Wyvern side?
Oh, absolutely.
What? That's so cool.
This is one of my favorite tricks.
That's so cool. I didn't know that happened. I love that.
So with the light crystals, usually you need Dark Beam to deactivate the crystal.
Yeah, I just didn't know you could hit that from the other side. That's so cool.
For some reason, there are certain crystals which can be deactivated with Screw Attack. And even though that one's on the other side of the barrier, because its hitbox extends past the barrier, and Screw Attack is such a large hitbox, the two, as long as the two hitboxes meet, boom, your crystal's going to activate, and that barrier's gone. That is one of my favorite tricks ever. But no, I think you're right. It might be because of the energy for Hive Temple.
We're about to find out, but another cool little bit about this mentor tournament is getting to see so many new things that you didn't know about. Like the mentors all are individual people who might know something no one else knows or remembers, or just only a couple people have come across. The stuff like that comes up semi-rarely, I'm sure. There's Grapple Guardian. It's got to trigger him. But yeah, stuff like that, that's just cool. I love seeing stuff that comes up, like rarely niche little tricks. That's what makes Randomizer so fun. Like walk into a room and you're like, I've never done this room this way before. What? Awesome. Now look at that.
Okay, I guess you
for Wyvern.
Okay, so it doesn't delete Grapple Guardian. Well, that's good.
Yeah, that would have been absolutely tragic for Wyvern if he got deleted, but like I said, I'm pretty sure it's the layer change that deletes quad.
It must be the same for Grapple Guardian, because that room, it never changes the actual layer.
Yeah.
You know, you learn something new every day. Even us here in the booth learn something while watching these tournament races.
I learn a lot while watching. I love it.
That's
For example,
what I love.
I learned that you should use uncharged shots on Grapple Guardian's face after I wasted all my light beam ammo.
One of the biggest thing I learned in regards to Grapple Guardian.
That you can leave the room and come back and still fight him?
Well, other than that,
I would
I
love to know.
I found out one day that you absolutely positively need scan visor to do this fight.
Yes.
Yeah, let's just
Why
say,
did you learn that?
let's just say I have a setting on Randomizer where I shuffle scan visor just for the fun, and it started me at Grapple Guardian inside the fight. I learned pretty quickly.
Oh,
You can't
was
do
that
the
on
fight.
Tuesday?
What?
Was that on Tuesday?
I think it was.
Yeah, because Ivy was my mentor for my race on Tuesday, and I got to hear all about this quickly after it happened while we were setting up for the race.
Oh, it wasn't this week. No, it was.
Oh, okay. Well, this
Why
happened to
is-
someone else then.
There's a movement system in aerial transit site.
ATS.
I want to say
Fireball?
no. It said movement. Movement.
Yeah, movement
That's got to.
system. That's
I want to say grapple.
grav or grapple.
If it's gravity, that's going to be painful because we got to dive into sanctuary for it.
Well, we don't need grav anymore.
Well, if Transit Tunnel South has our spider ball, then we will need it.
I don't care for grapple guardian. Unrelated.
Oh, Wyvern's out of light beam ammo. That's painful. I was wondering why this
Also,
fight was.
don't like this room that Darkstar is in. It's my least favorite room in all of Echoes. There we go.
All right, nice work. Grapple Guardian has been defeated. Meanwhile, Darkstar has all 9 STKs. Congratulations, Darkstar, but you still can't beat your game.
They technically can. In the worst sort of way.
All right, technically speaking, yes, we can do some tricks to get around it, but we really want Spider Ball. And at this point, it's looking more likely than not that Spider Ball is in Transit Tunnel South. And because of that, we need to get both gravity boost.
Wait, did Darkstar not get the hint for Annihilator?
They did not know. That hint was off of. That hint was right next to Transit Tunnel South. Darkstar has never been to that location.
They did most of the lower Torvus loop. That sucks. Wyvern's surprisingly low on health. Well, not surprisingly. I mean, Grapple Guardian is a bully.
Today's race is brought to you in part by a heck of a time of trying to find where the dang spider ball is.
This race was sponsored by spiders. They're there, you just don't know where.
Actually, that's pretty good.
Made me very uncomfortable. I have pretty bad arachnophobia.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I did it to myself. So, Wyvern, gonna clear up these Corvus checks and.
Oh,
Probably
Darkstar took a nasty bonk. I didn't mean to cut you off, but Darkstar just got to the top of Hive West and bonked at the top on the roof and fell all the way back down.
Is brutal. There we go.
Today's race is brought to you in part by map stations. When you're lost and don't know where to go, please turn to your local map station.
That was gravity boost.
Okay, well, good thing is it's gravity. Bad news is we still don't know oh wait, no, we have everything we need. Gravity, Annihilator, we're good. But the problem is
Darkstar didn't get the hint that Annihilator's in dungeon.
This could wait. Oh, this could give Wyvern the chance that they need to pull ahead.
Because they're gonna go for that. They got the hint too. Oh, that's a shame.
Oh,
And then
oh
watch
no.
it just not be Spider.
Oh no. Something else is gonna happen. You know how we did Cash B Chasm?
Uh-huh.
We're about to do something a little bit more difficult. We're about to do TTS skip.
And gravity's right there.
So remember how earlier we said that every room is in a box? That includes rooms that are underwater. And the funny thing is, Screw Attack's hitbox is the same size as a morph ball. So what Wyvern is doing here, we're trying to Screw Attack into this morph ball opening. And when the animation ends, we will be pushed out of bounds. Now, we don't have gravity boost to actually get this item. But what we do have is a mentor who's well familiar with out-of-bounds movement and tricks. So because Baja is extremely familiar with this, most likely he's trying to guide Wyvern through the process. And now we have to do some underwater movement to get to the top of Transit Tunnel South and try to clip into the item. We have to fall basically into the item's hitbox. And I'm going to point out real quick that this is not the right music we should be having for such a suspenseful moment.
It's nice and calming. I think we keep it up for everyone involved.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to change it. I mean, you can if you want, but I like Lower Torvus. It's a great soundtrack.
I love it. Sank is probably my favorite music in this game, but Torvus is a very close second.
In all of Echoes, if we're focused solely on Echoes, I have to go with the basic Temple Grounds theme.
It's that
really
actually echoey snare drum is amazing.
Oh no, I'm gonna change my answer actually. Aegon's good, Temple is good, but I'd go with the multiplayer soundtrack.
See, when I played this game for the first time, I was in college, which was 20 years after this game came out, so did not play multiplayer with anyone. That is Spider. Oh, well, wow.
Well, I'll play multiplayer with you. Okay, now here's the hard part for Wyvern and Baja. They need to fall into the item. And because it's such a small hitbox...
You see where Darkstar is?
Darkstar's so close to it. Darkstar, go fight Grapple Guardian, please! Go get your Annihilator!
This is such a close race.
Oh, and they've got it. Wyvern and Baja have Spider Ball.
Amazing. Wow.
And Darkstar has the information for Annihilator.
For the Annihilator. Oh, this is still close, but wow. Wow, good first try, Wyvern. Good job.
Great job by Lenophis and Darkstar for making the play back to Lower Torvus.
So, yeah, they probably are going to go...
They're going right for Grapple Guardian immediately.
And they're going to go get that. Wyvern still has to get back in bounds, which is not as bad as getting the item. They've already done the really bad part. Wow, this is great. This is an awesome race.
Yeah, but Wyvern still has to go back.
Reminding me that I said I had a comm.
Well, I thought it would be nice to have you in the booth for a bit.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, I like hanging out with you. You're a good person.
Thank you. You are too.
That depends on who you ask. No, I'm kidding. But thank you. Now, every commentator, mentor, mentee, everyone in the community is great to hang out with.
It's one of the best communities I've joined and been a part of. Everyone's super helpful and welcoming.
Absolutely. I've only been here for like 2 years now, and I wish I would have joined sooner. It's amazing.
Well, we love you too, Krar. Don't worry.
No comment. No, we love you too, Kara. Everyone in chat, we love everyone here. Yeah, speaking of which, is everyone having a great night so far? We hope you are. And if you're not having a great night, well, we're going to make it a little bit better for you. Oh, bad pun. Bad pun. Even if half your messages are airy. Well, you're not wrong. All right, so Wyvern's still having a bit of trouble clipping back inbounds.
They're moving right. They're getting close, but this is definitely giving Darkstar a chance to grab their Annihilator and catch up, and we're going to be watching them both fight final bosses at the same time.
Yeah, so
Wyvern's still missing 2 SDKs also. I completely forgot about that just because of how long ago it was that we found SDKs.
yeah, Wyvern needs to go back to Aegon. But can they clip back inbounds? That's going to be the hard part. Trying to get
also,
in.
Great screw attack bonk, Darkstar. You got to reload the room, I think.
Yes, right. Because we entered improperly, the cutscene never played, so we can never officially start this fight. We can stay here all day and watch Grapple Guardian waltz around the room, but we can't do anything. But back on music for a quick second. If you had to pick your number 1 Metroid track, it doesn't matter what game, your number 1 favorite track.
Phendrana Drifts too.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, I've thought about it a lot. It's really easy. There's a lot of amazing music.
Oh yeah.
But before I transitioned to culinary school in college, I was in music and engineering, and there's a lot of weird overlaps between the math involved in stuff and also just what makes music interesting and fun to listen to. And Fen 2 does a good job of taking something and making it different and interesting. Like you catch what's different about the song instantly because it's got what sounds like a higher tempo, bigger beat. There's the electronic stuff added. Goodbye, Grapple Guardian.
Yeah, I know we didn't talk. We were talking over it, but Darkstar showed the excellence of why Sunburst is a great item to have. Sunburst does immense amount of damage. Yes, the Funburst does immense amount of damage against Dark World enemies.
And honestly, not fighting Grapple Guardian is very fun. So.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff going on in Phendrana's Edge 2, or Phendrana 2, whatever that soundtrack is called. I can't remember.
If I had to pick one, Brio Cliffside, no question.
Brio Cliffside actually does a very similar kind of thing that makes Phen 2 so interesting.
There's
with fake time signature changes. It sounds like it's speeding up, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phendrana drips.
Drips? Phendrana drips, the new section of Phendrana.
Phendrana drips. That's when it thaws out, when Magmar and Phendrana get too close. Global warming is getting really rough right now.
Well, anyway, I mean, you have a world of lava next to a world of ice. What did you think was going to happen?
I don't know. Whatever happened in Brio.
All right, touche, because you got Brio Ice and Brio Fire next to each other. No, you can't use that because there's a portal there.
They're also different planets, which maybe different ecosystems. Yeah, Prime 4 is going to be awesome. We've got Annihilator coming up for Darkstar, and then they're ready. They're going to go beat the game. Wyvern's getting their second to last key. They're still missing
in Cache 1, Light Beam
Cache
Room.
1, yeah. This is going to be really close.
Oh yeah, because once Wyvern was
4
done.
missiles, shame.
No, you should waste your missiles here, then go get the guaranteed drop. Yeah, so Wyvern took the save warp. They used the save station to bypass. We used that.
I put a 5, not enough missiles.
And we used that to go right into Aegon through the main entrance. Or no, we took the Aegon elevator, didn't we? Through portal. It was either a save warp or we took the portal elevator. Either way, doesn't matter because we're here in Aegon now. Darkstar, meanwhile, has all 9 keys. They have Spider Ball. They have everything they need to beat the game. And they have a boatload of E-Tanks, because for some reason, E-Tanks just came out like candy today.
They sure did.
What gets me is how Sanctuary is basically deleted outside of ATS Gravity.
Yeah, you just peek in for your gravity suit, and then you're like, alright, well, there's too many hexagons here. Speaking of hexagons, oh my gosh, this room has hexagons.
Speaking of hexagons, every door in this game is a hexagon.
Oh, man. I feel like I live in an alternate timeline where they used to not be hexagons, but I've played so much Civ 7 the past week that now they are.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Corruption didn't have hexagon doors.
It definitely has some.
Yeah, some, but not the entire game. Oh, look what you started with hexagons. Are you happy with yourself?
Imagine if you could like fun cancel or wave cheat in Metroid Prime for the Nintendo GameCube.
Compared to what? Metroid Prime for the Nintendo DS? Actually, speaking of which, that could be pretty good.
Sounds awesome, yeah.
Well, I mean, if we could get Prime Hunters, we can get a Prime DS remake. Alright, so Darkstar is going to be the first one to enter Sky Temple Gateway. Wyvern, on the other hand, is still going for Incash 1. Now, the good thing is Incash 1 has a save station just a handful of rooms away. So Wyvern could use that and in turn take a save warp to go back into Meeting Grounds.
I am very sad that we did not find Cannonball. I think Leno and Baja are wise enough in the ways of mentoring that they would have stopped a runner from doing spiderless EI2, but I would have been so tempted.
Yeah, if Cannonball was located relatively
if
fast.
I had it. I mean, I would have probably gone and got Cannonball when I dipped into Sank and just really lost the race really aggressively for myself. But here we are, two very good runners with very good mentors making better decisions than I would have.
Hey, don't downplay yourself now. You never know what could have happened.
Oh, I believe in myself. I just know it would have been wrong. I would have known it was wrong the whole time I did it, too.
You know, honestly, I probably would have dived into Sanctuary early and probably would have stayed there way too long.
Yeah.
But thankfully, with Supers, Emerald, a Dark Suit, a Space Jump, there was just so much pushing into Torvus. And thankfully, Torvus was absolutely the right play today.
With how much health Darkstar has, they don't really need to save.
I need to know, but
yeah,
taking a safety save is always smart.
They've seen how, like, okay, they are going to. But not.
Probably grabbing some ammo first. Please safety save. You never know what's going to happen.
You can still damage EI3 if they decide to out of bounds you.
Or we get what happened a few days ago and have Emperor Ring themselves jump out of bounds.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. You can still hit them with screw attack.
Oh, you still can reach it?
Yeah, it's a double BSJ. Brought it up and showed it off.
Oh, that sounds.
It's not like free, but it's not that bad. These runners are both good. I'm sure they could get it.
That just sounds difficult to try to go for a double BSJ into a screw attack.
You just pick a wall and double BSJ and screw attack in vaguely EI's direction.
All right, it's time for the Emperor Rings.
All right. So I'm terrible at this boss fight. You want to cover this
All right. Yeah, no worries. So, Emperor Ring number 1 will be using Light Beam to destroy the extended tendrils. The core will be exposed. Because we do not have double damage, super missiles are our best weapon. We need 4 supers to the core to win. Now, we're not going to get a 1 cycle, we're too slow, and we got hit by the laser, so we're looking at a solid 2 cycle. Can we get a third super? No, not enough time. So we're going to keep using light beam, destroy all the extended tendrils, then go for supers once more. We need 2 more super missiles to blow open the core. We got a good position. Don't get hit by the laser. 1 more super will be good. All right, Emperor Ring number 2. This is the entire reason why we needed Spider Ball. So we could roll on the exoskeleton. You see these little golden culverts? We need to blow these open with power bombs and or bombs. There are 11 total, so a good cycle would be 4, 4, and 3. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. With power bombs hitting 4 culverts at once. It's tricky to get, but it can be done. But we've got a good cycle going on so far. Once all these little culverts are destroyed, we will enter Emperor Ring 3, with Wyvern just now entering Sky Temple grounds. So they're just a few minutes behind. Alright, last culvert. Nope, we had 1 more hiding. Emperor Ring number 3. This is going to be a fun one. So, during Emperor Ring 3's development, there was meant to be an additional damage phase where you destroy armor that Emperor Ring manifests. Now, that armor had a screw attack hitbox. Because that hitbox is still there, we can use screw attack against it and deal massive damage. For whatever reason, the developers thought, nah, we're not going to have this part of the fight in. So they removed the armor phase, but the hitbox for it was left over. And because screw attack is still valid on that hitbox, if we can hit it, damage will still register. And that hitbox is right by the, I want to say on the legs and the underside. It's low.
Really low. Yep, right there.
Yeah, you really won't be aiming for the legs. So, Emperor Ring 3 has been defeated.
Darkstar does get a free save right there. Full refund on health. Darkstar was scoring too high, but figured it out. And they're on their way to a familiar face.
And it's time once again to meet the true final boss. You've gone through the entire game. You've got the planetary energy from the Sky Temple, but 1 more person stands in your way.
What's the name of this game again?
It depends. You want the localization or the Japanese release?
It's Metroid Prime, right?
Technically, yes, but we're in Prime 2, Dark
It'd
Echoes.
be a shame if we ran into Metroid Prime a second time. Oh my, there's Metroid Prime.
Oh, I love the lore of this game. Alright, Dark Samus 3 and 4. So, Dark Samus 3, we're performing roughly 25 Annihilator shots. We're lowering the health bar just to where it's past the last S in Dark Samus's name. This will start forcing Dark Samus to try to enter the center of the room and go for Dark Samus 4, the final phase, which we just got. So what we attempted to do, and sadly was unsuccessful, when we do enough damage, Dark Samus will start to try to enter the center of the room. As long as we can prevent her from entering the center of the room, this final phase will never start. So what we do is we'll do precise damage to force her to rise up and then crash back down. Once she crashes back down, we can input extra damage. That forces the damage just enough to where the final phase can start. And then we'll try to do a stun lock with missiles. If we fire missiles at Dark Samus, she raises her phase-on shield. Once that shield goes down, there's a few frame window where we can input some damage onto her. Rinse and repeat, shield down, input damage, raise shield. We keep repeating the cycle until she's defeated. Unfortunately, because Dark Samus entered the center of the room, the only way to damage her now is with the phase-on pellets that she shoots at us.
Oh, Wyvern got bullied by Emperor 1.
Oh. There's no health left on that core.
That is
There's
unfortunate.
no way. No way. Oh, that's the downside of using Annihilator. It's great if you're fast with it, but one wrong misstep and...
They got lasered a couple times.
Look at that small bit of health!
What health?
Right? Alright, and you just saw Wyvern use a power bomb against those tendrils. Yes, power bombs will damage the tendrils and force them to retreat. Alright, so Wyvern's moving around. Extremely close. It was quick, nonetheless. Yeah, practically all of Sanctuary got deleted. Most of Torvus got deleted.
I mean, if you're Wyvern, all of Sanctuary got deleted.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't
even go there.
Time.
Wow.
GG. All right. That is an official time of 1:48:59. By the way, that's a new personal best for Darkstar in this tournament.
It's so fast. That makes sense.
Well, congratulations to Darkstar and Lenophis for their first place victory today. We're gonna send out some invites to them, try to get them in for some post-game interviews. But until then, we're gonna swap over to Wyvern and BajaBlood for a continuation of the Emperor Ring fight.
And the soon-to-come alarm clock music, as I've just learned.
So sit back, enjoy this battle music once again, and we're gonna get this Emperor Ring fight rolling. Oh, yeah, this is why Light Suit was recommended for if you try to go for Spiderless. Spiderless Emperor Ring 2. It's just so much damage with the storm.
Oh.
Hello.
And with that, we welcome Darkstar and Lenophis. Hello, hello.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations on your first place victory today. So, it was extremely close. I mean, Wyvern's just now entering Emperor Ring 3. So. But the biggest difference was, I'd say, is the Aegon routing and then some out of bounds. So compared to Wyvern, Darkstar, you went for Aegon Labs, and in turn, you found the information for the STK on Cache 1. So that was a positive. On the other hand, you had to take
it wasn't progression. We had to reset. That's a negative.
Well, I mean,
positive,
yeah, but at least you had the knowledge.
You did not have to go back and get it.
Ooh, we got a problem though. Wyvern's running low on health.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Wyvern's running dangerous energy. We're at 55, and they need to get up 18.
No.
They need to get the screw attack. It needs to be solid. Okay, we're good. That's an energy refill.
Ooh,
Nice.
and a checkpoint.
Wait, how did they lose so much energy?
They got bullied on Emperor Ring 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah, this routing, the hints in this seed, they were
very funny.
They were also on point.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, by the time you left Aegon for the first time, you were what, like 6 STKs in?
Yeah, they were very front-loaded STKs.
I mean, look at your early items too. I mean, Space Jump, Screw Attack, Light Beam, Dark Beam on Bomb Guardian, Power Bomb Expansion, Supers on Transport B and Great Temple. It was just loaded. Although those supers early did give a little bit of a worry that Torvus might have been cursed. Alright, so Wyvern's just going for Dark Samus 3. Trying to get the damage down. Unfortunately, almost there. Almost there. A little bit more. Okay.
Centered.
No.
No?
Not enough damage.
Also, the crack shot missile just to cause Dark Samus to center on my end. Oh, man.
It
What
was
a
a great
shot.
missile.
All right, there's the damage. Where's Dark Samus?
Oh, Pod W was our light suit. Classic. Hey, Cestrion, are you around? Where are you?
Oh, centered. Yeah, centered.
Centered. Yeah.
All right. So where was Cobalt and Under Temple? Yeah, that was never happening.
Yeah, no way.
Where was Cannonball today?
I missed it. I did not see it.
No, I got
Really
nothing.
good win.
Yeah, because the entire time, Avina, you want to explain what we were thinking about?
So we got STK hints on Wyvern's side while you were picking up your 7th key, I think. Something like that.
Go on.
And it was you need Spider Ball to beat the game.
Yeah,
Seed,
that's it.
right? But, you know, with Spider Ball possible in like 60 locations, I don't know, maybe you just go to Sank and get Cannonball and don't get Spider Ball, because the two keys you didn't have were Dark Torvus Arena and Putrid Alcove at the time that we saw hints. So get Cannonball, and yeah, I'm not saying I'm good enough to do this, but man, that
Spiderless.
felt like a spiderless Emperor Ing if I've ever seen one. That was the wrong play, obviously, with where the Annihilator and such was, but
Well, we didn't really even consider Cannonball just because we had the free boost ball hint. Like, we had to do an extra loop in Dark Torvus, but...
well, I'm talking about boost ball for invincibility during
Right.
Emperor Ing, so you can have the really painfully tragic experience of fighting Emperor Ing spiderless but invincible. This
Wow,
is probably the closest I've seen a seed to, yes, do this, even if you're a beginner.
And
Twenty-
Oh,
No, I
the
thought
shotgun stone.
thought I saw something, but nope, I'm just looking at the wrong screen.
25% chance Transit Tunnel South had the one item we needed. This could have been so much worse.
Oh, yes, it could. You could have been searching Sanctuary for a good half hour to an hour. All right, one more hit for Wyvern, and that should be game.
Really
This was-
glad we chose to go back to Aegon instead of Torvus first.
Yeah, getting those A-gun keys really helped. That
Getting a light
saved
beam from
routing.
St. Cash was kind of important.
You
Oh, that
both
too.
actually picked that up within seconds.
That's time.
Really?
5 seconds or so, yeah.
That's a
You
final
got there
confirmed
very
time.
differently, but you picked it up at the same time and reconnected after routing very differently in the early game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
real
have to
quick.
watch it. I'm gonna have to watch this one back. This one sounded like it was a good one.
It was
It
very
was-
fun, very interesting.
It was great. Real quick, that's a personal best for Wyvern. That's a final time of 156.
Hello
So-
and welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, GG's.
Congratulations. That was
GGs.
interesting final boss section.
No comment.
Yeah, that's I don't blame you. All right, let's go on and get right down into it. How do you feel, Wyvern?
I'm very confused. I was like, yeah, we got this, and then like here I see the finish thing pop up, and I was like, we got what?
Yeah, this was the most confident that we were going to win, like approaching final bosses that I've been this entire tournament, and I was wrong.
It's like
Yeah,
same.
You're up by about 5 minutes.
So the really weird thing is, I don't know how many of the Emerald hints you checked. Every single hint we saw, Amber or Emerald, they were just perfectly on point today. They were just mwah, chef's kiss.
I think we skipped every Amber hint minus maybe one,
Oh.
two.
You did get Mining Station A. That was confirmed. And that you might have got Mining Station B.
Yeah, so I guess my big question is where Grav I assume was just free and we lost because we
So
spent
Gravity
so much time
Suit
in
was
lower Torvis.
hinted. A movement system is an aerial training site. So the Echo Visor, which was a doomed entry, we just immediately booked it to staging area, climbed up aerial training site, was Gravity, came back down Cat West, and then went right back to Torvis.
Okay, yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
that's pretty
it was
interesting.
hinted that Annihilator was on Grapple Guardian.
Yep.
Yeah,
we got that one at the perfect moment.
speaking of grapple, Avina and I were extremely scared. When you skipped grapple, we were frightened that you actually deleted Grapple Guardian and the item. That was
It crossed my mind. Yeah, because we left Grapple Guardian, we scanned the hint, and like 2 rooms later, and it was like, oh, Annihilator rooms on Grapple, and the first thought that went through my mind was like, oh, we saw that. Is it still gonna be there? But Baja seemed pretty confident, and so I didn't say anything. I just was like, we'll go back.
Yeah, so it turns out you need the actual layer change, not even though you left the boss room, because the room's still on that layer. It's still fightable, I guess.
Yeah, if you kill the boss and don't pick up the item's gone forever. But if you don't kill the boss, it'll be there.
At least we have the technical answer on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking about that for minutes. Like, no, it can't be deleted. Is it deleted? Hold on, we need to go ask. I tried to ask Aaron earlier, but I didn't get a response yet.
So the biggest thing was you were both. Once you picked up Light Beam, you were like at the same spot for a lot of the race. But when you both picked up Light Beam, Darkstar had 7 keys, and Wyvern you had 5.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. It might have been 6 and 5, but going into clear up, hope we find Spider Ball and don't have to contemplate my hopes and dreams of Spiderless Emperor Ing. You both got to clean up at the same time, vaguely, like give or take a minute or so. But once Spider Ball was picked up, Darkstar was just, I'm gonna go beat the game now. And Wyvern, you still had 2 keys to pick up.
Yeah.
Cannonball was in Hall of Undead, by the way.
Yeah, we need
no,
we need
not getting that.
a lot worse.
Nope.
That would have saved me some suffering on Emperor too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
my main lesson is pick up the light ammo and I got light ammo's good. Oh, we suffered so much for only having 50 light ammo.
yeah, as far as routing goes, let's see. I got some notes here. Let's see. The biggest route difference of all, Dark Aegon Labs. Leno, you and Darkstar went for Dark Labs immediately just to get the information. Wyvern, I don't think you and Baja ever touched Dark Labs until after you got your STK hints.
There was actually another, even before that. Wyvern went back for supers as soon as it got Space Jump, and Darkstar did not get it until much later. So you had the supers for
Warriors Walk and entering
Warriors
through.
Walk, your first time in there. You got that Emerald way ahead of schedule compared to Darkstar.
That's an interesting place to have Emerald, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, that's in logic with no E-tanks. It's 60 damage in the database, and so with damage strictness, it's 90 health is all you need.
Yeah, and the database just assuming you'll stand there for 3 minutes to refill your health.
Yep.
Speaking of logic, I don't know how, but Amorbus, all 3 of those Aegon keys came way too fast.
We were worried about it.
I was gonna get burned on the Morbus again. No thanks.
Yeah, I generally won't do it unless I have almost no checks left or I get a hint. Like,
Morbus
I'll let a
wonderful
Morbus burn me. It's bait way too often.
Then the hint killed him in Torvis.
Mm-hmm.
I was really hoping for it, though. Oh, but
That's actually a funny note. Your options are Amorbus or go to Torvis, and if you choose Torvis, you learn that you chose correctly.
Yep.
Well, let's see. Well, it was close. Thankfully, this race was extremely close. But with that, Wyvern, you did pull off some amazing out of bounds movement today.
I have practiced a lot of out of bounds.
What
and
did you
I'm
out of
very
bounds
happy.
for, sir?
We did TTS for the spider ball. Is that the only time we went out of bounds? I feel like we did
No,
one
you
out
got
of
Cash
we
Beat
did
Chasm,
Catch Beat.
Wheel
Oh
of
yeah,
Pain,
Cash Beat
you
Chasm.
too.
Cash
Alright,
Beat
so
Chasm
you
is
didn't get gravity
basically a
boost?
standard route for me now.
Or
No,
you
we
didn't get
skipped
the
it
Annihilate?
altogether.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I was so confident. It's like we had no gravity. Like we were being lazy about scanning emerald hints because we thought we were in go mode. But if grav was bad at all, I was so confident we were way ahead because we never touched Sank. We never entered Sank. Like,
Yeah.
We did spider
like,
side
so if
because we got
gravity
the
was in
true,
like
true.
a
Yeah.
really bad location and sank, then that would have done you guys really good.
But yeah, we did all of 3 checks and sank and never went back.
Were they the same 3 checks we did by any chance?
I'd
Was
like
it-
to point out, you could have done 4 checks in sync, and you just did not look up on your way to that save warp.
Oh,
Wait, what?
yeah.
I'm confused.
What
And,
was there?
We have no idea. It was nothing,
Yeah, it was
obviously.
probably missile.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fair. I definitely should have peeked at what was there.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't know
I'm still
the name
lost.
of the
What
room.
didn't we do?
The hive. It's hive gyro, right?
No.
No,
it's
no.
Dynamo
like main
chamber.
reactor? Main reactor?
It
The,
was dynamo.
Oh,
the like,
oh,
middle room in Sank where
coming. Was
With
it right
the
off the elevator?
Spider ball.
right by the safe station. Sometimes you get stuck there by the
Quad.
quad, and you have to beat
That's
them to
reactor
open
core.
the doors. Yeah, reactor
that's
core.
reactor
Yeah.
core.
Yeah, but we were in Dark
in
World. Yeah.
we were in Ing Hive, so we never went there in Light World
Wait, why were you in? Why were you there?
because
Spider's
we
treasure?
came from Spiders. Yeah, we came from
Oh,
Spiders.
you came in
Treasure,
from
so
the
we-
light side. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We do have
Yeah.
one question posed though. I think Darkstar, I believe this one might be aimed towards you. Why leave supers behind instead of immediately going back to get them? All
I
right,
think
great,
I know why,
great
but
silence.
Yeah. No, I think I know why, but I'll let Logan take the floor because I think I know your reasoning. This was right after we got Space Jump.
I forgot it was there.
Come on. You look up, you see the supers, like, oh, I'm gonna make a mental reminder of that. And well, never mind.
Look, I remember to go back for the missile door.
At least you got the door.
I was like, Leno, we should put her around. That could be behind that missile
Yeah,
door.
that
Space
ended up
jump is
being a
probably
great-
there.
Yeah, ended up being a great play.
It happens. We all forget at times. All right, it's nothing wrong with it.
I mean, okay, but in realistically, I'm like, we're gonna do. That wasn't the actual. That was the joke. But like, really, we do the Aegon loop, then we save warp. We're gonna get supers anyway, and you know,
That's fair.
because we
I mean-
gotta check DMT and on top of the ship. So I mean, we'll get it on that run. Supers won't do too much for us if we just don't care about Warriors Walk for the moment. So
Yeah, that was the biggest concern. Because it's getting Warriors Walk on your first pass through Dark Aegon. If Warriors Walk and Battleground had anything useful, great. You just saved yourself some time. If not, well, you just lost a few minutes. But thankfully, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it's interesting. So we actually kind of got punished by the fact that there were keys in labs. Like if we didn't need to go back to labs, that would have been really good for us. If like Emerald was the only good thing in Dark Labs.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Darkstar, doing your hunt for Light Beam led you right to Incash 1. Like, oh no, it could possibly be vanilla. It's entirely plausible. Nope, sorry, that's an STK today.
Leno was like, so if it's progression, we have that knowledge. Then I'm like, if it's an STK, it's just worse. And then
Yeah, it's exactly an STK. I'm like, well, there's pie on my face.
so I stood there. You can see me standing there. Hey, Leno, look
Yeah.
at me. You see that? You see that?
Yep, I see it. I see it. We should reset now.
Okay, sorry, this race has been voided. We'll have to reschedule. Wait, I'm getting word. We can't do that. We don't have that authority.
I did almost the same thing with Baja. Because we left labs. I was like, oh, I really want to do dark labs. Like, what if, like, light beam is vanilla? And we were talking about it on our way out, and he was like, well, okay, we'll do sand cache and stuff, and we'll see how we feel. Sand cache was light beam. So I was like, okay, now how do we feel about dark labs? And then, like, it was just like Torvis was so checked in, so we had, like, free access. So it was like, we're gonna leave it behind.
I do need to get going here, though.
Okay.
All right, yep, we won't hold you up any longer then.
GG. Thanks for the race.
Yeah,
GG.
That was a pleasure having you, Darkstar. Congratulations on your first place victory, and best of luck in the brackets next week.
Thanks. Have a good night, everyone.
Of course.
Have a good one.
We'll see you all next mission.
All right. Well, before we do that, we do have some announcements to make before we sign off. All right. Let me. I got some notes here. The second I open the right notepad, which would be great, because I'm not using my notepad. I gotta use the other notepad. There it is.
Technology is great when it works.
Right. So, for everyone listening, thank you so much for joining us here at SpeedGaming. With that, we have no further races tonight, but tomorrow is the last day of the weeklies for the tournament. After Sunday, we're going to go right into our bracket stage. So that's where the real fun begins. So Sunday, are we or no?
We have 3 races tomorrow.
I said after Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, right.
After Sunday, not on Sunday.
I apologize. I'm tired.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Okay.
I gotta take a nap.
All right. Race number 1, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern. So early in the morning, we'll have Java with the Ginger Chris, with Cat, Human, and Baja. Oh, Baja, you're joining us once again tomorrow as a mentor. Followed right after at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern, we'll have Rico and versus Sasquatch with Nye and Sestrian as mentors. And just shortly after there at 4:30, we'll have Coiler versus Dashfer, and no mentors listed, so we'll have to get updated information. But since the bot is clearly not working, we can't post any links below.
But you should take a couple minutes to look up the racers. Follow them. Totally worth it.
Right,
Marion,
if you like.
totally worth following. Baja, very fun. Great guy. I don't know
follow me. I don't
as well as
stream.
Baja, but I'm sure you're also totally worth following. These people are all awesome. Everyone in this community is great and good. Totally worth your time.
I just said the bot was
just the guy with the
broken, and I
graduation.
tried it. All right, but with that being said, once again, thank you everyone for joining us here tonight. We appreciate your support over all of the time, over the entire tournament, for all the events we've been having, and ever since we started the community and live streaming the events, it's been a pleasure hosting, and we look forward to what the future holds, and we're looking to expand and meet new people.
And
So
don't
until
follow
then,
the bot because the bot is not working.
no, the bot is currently broken. We apologize. But with that, if you liked any of the runners that you saw, you could find their Twitch information, follow them if you'd like. You could do the same with the mentors, and information regarding tomorrow's races. I'm sure we can get posted somewhere.
It'll all be in the Metroid Prime Randomizer Discord, which is easily findable with a quick Google. It should also be in the details for the Twitch stream if it's set up correctly.
Yeah, but before we sign off, does anyone have any final words or comments they'd like to say?
Go ahead, Wyvern.
Yeah, so practice your boss fights, people.
Yes.
Save you time.
Just remember, you only need exactly 1 more energy than 0 to survive.
Yes.
Yeah, and Brewing 3 was pretty scary. Yeah, you only down to 10 health.
I had less than one tank on Grapple Guardian too. It was rough.
Yeah, but Grapple Guardian, you can at least heal your health energy in.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't care for Grapple Guardian. I understand.
All right, but with that,
As a mentor, it's been exciting to see a lot of people progress throughout this tournament. And next week, I'm really curious to see how much of this information they've soaked in and retained. And we're going to see just how well and how much they have learned throughout the 5 weeks of the Swiss stage. Sorry.
with that, I do want to ask a question to both you, Leno and Baja. Information regarding the brackets. What do we have going on specifically? Is there anything different between the bracket stage compared to these last 5 weeks?
So yeah, no cut. So everybody will make brackets, and will be seeded based on the Swiss results. It'll be best of one, double elimination. So if you drop a set, you'll go down to a lower bracket and still have a chance to win that bracket for a chance to challenge the winner's bracket finalist. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out. Maybe gonna hop on the mic a little bit more. I won't be participating in as many of the races anymore.
Yeah, almost all of them.
I think
You
you and I
and
are numbers 1 and 2 on how many races we've mentored throughout this Swiss stage.
It's been quite a
It's
few.
been a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but it is confirmed that mentors will be with the runners during the bracket races as well. No,
No mentors.
No,
Nope.
yeah.
No mentors.
We'll be playing
okay,
solo.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
I know it might sound like a dumb question, but hey, you can never be too sure.
No, I forgot to clarify that. So yeah, good.
All right, so
Wyvern, do you have anything you'd like to share while we've still got you here?
Yep.
As the
said
one who
my
played.
piece.
All right.
all right, I guess with that being said, we're going to start wrapping up our program. So tomorrow, again, we'll have the 3 races, one at 10 a.m. Eastern, one at 2 o'clock Eastern, and another at 4:30 Eastern. After those 3 races on Monday, we'll start getting the brackets scheduled, and we'll get information as far as the bracket races as soon as possible. But until that time, remember to stay safe, have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and we'll see you next mission.
Take care.